Hello YouTube, it's me Vdeogamer, and this is the How to Draw Video Game Characters tutorial. For this tutorial, I will be drawing Garrus Vakarian, a character from some video game that I've never played. I forgot the name, I'm sorry, but it was requested by a user named PivotGhost48, which I actually knew the name that time because I wrote it down on this notepad, because I needed notepads. And I'm going to be drawing this drawing right now, this character in full color, full detail. So I'm going to go over your supplies list. First you're going to need a pencil with an eraser, and then if you wish to do more detail like I typically do, you're going to need a mechanical pencil. And you're also going to need paper to draw on, of course. You can use sketchbook paper or copy paper. Those are the best. I guess there's other forms of paper, but those are the best for drawing. And then you can use colored pencils to color your drawing. You can use something else to color, but I really like colored pencils. So, without further ado, let the drawing begin. Okay, so I've got all my materials ready, and I'm ready to begin drawing Garrus Vakarian. Since this is a character I am extremely unfamiliar with, I have chosen to have a source drawing, which is a picture of the original character itself. So I'm going to base my picture off of that, but I'm not going to trace or anything. So, as always, I like to start off my characters with the eyes. So, Garrus has one normal eye. Then he has one eye with a visor over it. And now I'm going to detail this a little bit more. But first, I have to choose how I'm going to place the body, since this is a very complex character. Okay, so this is just the general outline of Garrus Vakarian's body for now. As you can tell, it's very sketched, but this allows me to change anything just in case I need to alter the body anyway to make the drawing seem better. So, first and foremost is the head detail. And I'm going to continue off my eye that I drew here. And then this is just the basic detail of Garrus Vakarian's head. I can texturize it a little bit with the mechanical pencil to give it more detail. And then after I do that, I'm going to try and clear up some of my lines with my eraser. And now I'm ready to begin working more on the body of Garrus Vakarian. This is going to be a little bit tricky due to all the armor detail, but I'm going to do the best I can, and hopefully it turns out great. So first I'm going to continue on around the collar of the armor. And then from there, I guess the collar moves down. And then it seems to somewhat detach about here to allow space for the arm to maneuver, I guess. And then most of the armor around his arms is hidden from me in this picture, so I'm just going to somewhat guess at what it might be like. I'm sorry if I get any of it wrong, I'm just not familiar with the game. The edge of the hand goes off the paper in this drawing, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And now I'm going to go to the other arm. And then the gun seems to have even more detail on it, so I'll have to work on that a little while. And there seems to be something else on the side. And now I'm going to move back to the chest area, and I'm going to continue working on the center of the armor mainly. And now I'm going to move on to the lower portion of Garrus's body, which seems to be just about the easiest. And then this is just the general detail. You can see how it looks really messy with all these extra guidelines and stuff. But now I'm going to take an eraser and just smooth out some of the lines more. And then most of the things that I didn't go over with my lead pencil before, I will go back over them and the lines will become all clean again. So, this might take a while. I think I'm an idiot now. I forgot to hit the record button after I found all my colors. So you guys have missed a little bit. Okay, here's what I did, just to recap. I took this pale cream color, colored across this, and then I decided to turn it a little bit grayer with a light gray, and then I just took this color once again for the rest of the head and went lightly across it, and then I took this pale gray once more and darkened it more, and then for all the creases in the head and stuff, for the textures and stuff, I just took a darker gray and filled those in, and then added some shading to this side, since I'm almost going to have my lighting source in this general area. And then I took my lead pencil to get my blacks and stuff, and then colored in down here. And then I moved on to the blue, in which I just basically colored it with blue for now, so you guys are basically caught up now. And at the beginning I started off with this red color for those little red lights on the gun. So other than that, I'm going to continue coloring. Hopefully this time I don't forget to hit the record button if I do stop. And then I guess I got some blue back here. And now that I've gotten all the blue on, basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a lighter shade towards my light, which is this direction. So now I'm going to take a darker blue for my darker shading, and I'm going to shade away from the light, which is on the left side of the drawing. And now I'm going to take my medium shade blue again, which is the base coat I started out with, and I'm going to smooth out the color a little bit, just to get rid of all my white space. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the black, which technically for me isn't really going to be black. It's going to be a mix of all my grays to create a whole bunch of depth to the shading, but it still stays at a darker. And that's done. And now what I have to do is I have to add in all the darker shades of gray. And now to finish off the black for good, I'm going to just hatch over all the black parts. And here is my finished picture of Garrus Vakarian. I think this is one of the most detailed pictures I have done in a very long time. Let's just leave it at that. But I'm really actually quite satisfied with this drawing. I hope the user who requested this is as well. PivotGhost48, your name. I just thought this was a really cool character to draw. I still don't know what video game it's from. I'm sorry about that, guys, but if you know what video game this guy's from, you might as well tell me in the comments. And while you're at it, you should also favorite the video. You should give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And if you want to send me a request to see it in a different set of how to draw video game characters tutorial, I ask that you please send it in this kind of format. This is my general request format, and you just send me a message at my channel like that, and I'll read it, and you'll have a better chance of getting your request in. It's just easier for me to keep all the requests together. So, with that being said, you should subscribe. That way you know when your request shows up, if you sent me a request. If I chose your request, it'll show up in the subscription. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking and go. So, goodbye.